This is very nice. It sure is. Man, I need to get a haircut. I need to get a haircut really bad. It's getting super long and super curly. I can't stand it. So we'll see who comes over here. We sure will. We'll see if we get one person. All we need is one person to witness it. Maybe they can rip it. Who knows? Who cares? Because that's what's going to happen. There's somebody pops in here. Somebody say, "Hey, how you doing, Monty? What's going on?" Just type in there, and I'll get to go ahead and start with this story. Oh boy, it's going to be a beauty. It's going to be a real good story. Maybe you can figure it out. Maybe all you people can figure it out. There's a couple of my buddies. There's Hawk Davison, real good fella out of Canada. How's it going, Jan G? What's happening? So now what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about Deception, the full cast. And I bet you all these old school Tortars, I bet you every single one that I'm going to mention today, be prepared because you're going to end up in a formal criminal inquiry. Yes, you are. With the Maine State Police tomorrow. Isn't that neat? Sure is neat. Here's the thing. Let's go ahead and talk about it. This video here is essentially to make a statement that Agent 19 murdered Chang 13A out of the state of Maine. Yep. That's what this is to do. And you're going to go, oh, man, you have flown off the deep end. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Because I tell you what, rub-a-dub-dub, here we go, buddy. Oh, man, it's horrible. Look at all the people that are involved. Let's go ahead and go through them. And here's a wonderful part. We've identified damn near all of them. Agent 19 ain't identifying none of the people I needed to identify back in the day because what I was doing was an operation. Isn't that right there, Agent 19? Here's the thing, Agent 19. You cannot push me in any direction. You think you can. You think you're going to play these psychological games with me? No, you're not, buddy. I'm stronger than all you troll tarts put together. You got that? You knuckleheads never believed that I would be strong enough to identify all you clowns. Police officers, all you police officers I ever identified. The one that got away because I said she could get away is Miss Cop. Because she never directly attacked me. But if she had, I had her too. Actually, she wasn't a police officer. She was the wife of a police officer. So she left, lucky for her, unscathed. So now that we have all of the people's names and all of the people's locations and all the people's screen names, we have it all put together. I'm willing to put my face, my name, on all of it. I sure am. So let's go ahead and tell the story, shall we? There's a screen name called Variable Assault X. That was Agent 19's account. That account was opened up on July 9th. Excuse me, I'm sorry, July 6th of 2009. It sure the hell was. The first person that account subscribed to was Von Helton. True story. The first friend associated with that account was, in fact, Von Helton. That's the darndest thing, isn't it? Von Helton did not subscribe to that channel until later on. Not right away. No, sir, no, ma'am. You see, Variable Assault X was, in fact, his channel. Did that channel come down because of being flagged? No, it didn't. Did it come down because it was copyright or that mess? Not that I'm aware of. I believe I'm pretty sure that account was closed, that it didn't come down by force, meaning flat, as far as I'm aware. Could be wrong. I think that's right. Now, Agent 19, can you see what that thumbnail shows? Series 7. If you get my meaning. You mad, bro? Yeah. So let's go ahead and go from the very, very beginning. But before we start with the whole story, and I'm not going to skip a beat because I'm the person that investigated this entire garbage from the very beginning. I had everybody accuse them all kinds of nasty nonsense. This is an exact quote. Oh, believe me, I got it too. And the Maine State Police is going to have it all, buddy. All of it. Mr. Hampton, you're going to be in a formal criminal inquiry with the state police in the state of Maine. I'm not joking. You think I'm joking? I ain't joking. Agent 19, you two lovebirds are going to be on that report. Is the Maine people, because you're the Maine people. And if people don't believe me, I don't give a flying nothing if you believe me or not. Single dad, state of Georgia, you're going to be on that report too. Because we had conversations of our own of this possibility while Agent 19 and myself had already paired. Right? And you know, your name is Kenneth down there. You're Stone Mountain. Okay? So this is an exact quote from another one of Agent 19's channels called COINTELPRO Agent 1. That was one of his channels too. And after the death of Chang 13A, this is an exact quote from his channel. Chang 13A got what he deserved, as will you, talking to Dark, Zodiac, and Forrest, end quote. Wait a minute. I thought Agent 19 was so worried about Chang 13A. I have you that quote sitting right here. And believe me, metadata does not lie. No, it doesn't. Sorry. Go ask Rodney all about it. He'll tell you. He'll tell you. You can't scrub anything. You think you can, but you can't. Mm-mm. All right, so let's go ahead and move along. Let's go ahead and start from the very, very, very beginning. This is how this worked. At the very beginning, it's going to be around October, I want to say it was October 28th of 2010. I responded myself on the Monograph channel. And back then on YouTube, I'd put up a video, I'd have like 80,000 views in 2 days because I had all these viral videos going all at the same time. So the people from the viral videos were looking at the other videos of the new ones I'd put up, and that's why I'd get those kind of views. Because at the time, I had all the viral videos going. Okay? So a gentleman by the name of Kevin McCune had put up a video where he's talking about how he was going to use the ambulance service as an EMT when the crap hit the fan, and he was going to essentially scoop up Americans and eat them along with their cats. For real. I mean, it's not a joke. The guy had a very dry sense of humor, and, it was disgusting to me because I thought it was real. It's kind of weird. So I responded to it on my big channel, the Monograph channel, and got busy all over that dude. Not knowing his name. I had no idea who that guy was. No, I didn't. All I knew is the video that I could point to with his face on it talking this trash. And it was creepy to me. It was very, very creepy to me. At the time, I owned a website called toysparty.org. I sure did. That was a political website. And it was half real stories and then, of course, parody and then, whatever. It was my own website. Did what I want with it. So when I put up the video, I was made aware by Make Electric. He goes, I know that guy. I'm like, well, who is that guy? And he was like, oh, he's a electrician out of the state of Missouri. And his name would be Mr. McCune. I said, really? So I looked into it. Electrician McCune. It popped right up. It sure did. It's full name. Everything. Had his license, the whole 9 yards. Got that? So then I went over to his account, and his account was called Fake Drit with an F. And I said, hey, how do you like my video rebut? I gave him a link to it or whatever. And then he goes, I didn't like it so much. And I said, how much you want to bet by the end of this evening you're going to pull down your original video? Because what I did was in the I was pointing people to his video because you were doing video responses and the video come up underneath it. I said, I'll bet you by 6 o'clock tonight you pull it down. He goes, no, not a chance. 5 o'clock he pulled it down. See how that works? Now there was nothing to point to because his video was starting to get tens of thousands of views. It sure was because my big old channel. And I didn't have a big channel. I was just getting all these views because I had all the viral videos. This dude brought down that video like you don't even know. So there was nothing to point to. So what happened? I pulled a favor out of Australia. One of my buddies, he ripped the video, put it on his channel. Then he got turned around and that video came down. It was either flagged or copyright or something. It came down. I said, you want to play those games? Watch this. I called up my guy, my webmaster. He said, toss this video up on toysparty.org. And what you did, you ain't touching it now. I'm the publisher. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. See how that works? That's how that works. That video rolled on my own website for days, weeks. Sure did. I'm pointing right to it. Now I changed the URL or whatever. I'm pointing at Toys Party. See how that works? That's how that works. That enraged Mr. Hampton because he was best buds with that guy. How could he be best buds with that guy when Mr. McHugh was in Missouri and Mr. Hampton was in Michigan, DeWitt to be exact? How's that even possible? Mr. Hampton was rolling under the name Almost Concerned. He sure was. True story. So then Mr. Hampton came out with a video telling me how I've overreacted. I should be ashamed of myself, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Which I responded to Mr. McCune, not Mr. McCune, I'm sorry. I responded to Mr. Hampton. It's going to get really confusing if you weren't there. I'm going to do the best I can. So Mr. Hampton was going on about that, and he was wearing a sweater. So I started calling him Sweater Boy. Sure did. And I was making all kinds of mad fun of that sweater. I was like, oh, look at Sweater Boy. He's up here, and he's just, again, I'm doing that on the Bonograph channel, having all kinds of fun, tons of fun. Mr. Hampton got infuriated. You just can't even imagine. He was pissed off. Yeah, he was. Yep. So anyway, Halloween came and went, and by the time you knew it, November rolls around, and it kind of like died off. And at a certain point in time, I think somebody came to me and said, "Hey, can you pull the video down, please? Enough already. I mean, just take it down off your website." I go, okay, fine. So I pulled it off my website, and that was the end of it. So on December 10th, I put up a video against Elon. I sure did, because during that time, a group of myself and about 25 other people between Reddit, Facebook, were in active talks to close the Elon school. Yes, we were. To try to put pressure on state legislatures and people that worked in psychology and psychologists and police officers and, therapeutic facility, whoever, it doesn't even matter, to get that to close it, to really close it, because the place was dangerous. I mean, people were dying there, and it was abusive. It was a rotten place to be. And we were all doing this covertly. If you don't believe me, if they're still available, go check. I want you to. Right? So in one of our little conferences, at least the conference call that I have with a couple other people, we're like, well, somebody needs to put up a video. Nobody's willing to put their face on it. Not one person. I'll do it. I'll volunteer. I don't care. In which, on the date of December 10th of 2010, or maybe it was December 8th. I know it was first 2 weeks of December for sure. I put up the video and told the story about my experience at Elon. Mm-hmm. Don't send them there, because it's that garbage. Well, comment after comment after comment after comment. Go read them on what you do. If it's still available, you say, "Oh yeah, I was in Milan from 1974, 1982, 85. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments." Yes, there were. What do you think? They just pop out of nowhere? Oh no, because these are the people from that Facebook group, and the other websites and the Reddits and that. They've been notified about that video, and they're chiming in their own things. Yep. Now, so what happened after that? Well, seeing that Mr. still fuming at me because of the McCune incident, and plus I was making videos, every so often about him playing the game with the McCune incident, call him Sweater Boy, and I still was. So what? You put out a video about me, I'm gonna put one out about you. I don't care who you are. I didn't know who you was, and it was, gosh, I wanted to say it was when I put out that video, it was right before Christmas. A comment came in from Chang to Dr. Descent and said, "Hey, if you want to see Monograph go crazy, use the music behind Blue Eyes and he'll lose his mind." And I'm like, oh my God, somebody's in my sealed records. They sure are. Someone's in my sealed records. Oh my God. I know it. That's very specific. That was a very specific part of it. And I knew it. I sure did. And I'm going crazy. So what am I doing next? Well, I decided because back then YouTube was still, even though YouTube was YouTube and it was the best invention probably of all in retrospect, right? I decided taking all the comments out, I'd roll them and send them to myself through my own servers. See how that works? Yeah, once on the net, always on the net. See how that works? So to have the username, and then I have the day and the time that it was put down, everything they wrote, and I'd send it from my own domain, because I owned so many domains back then, to myself. And then I'd repeat it on other whatever. So I'd have a record of it. So these guys would send me emails on my email accounts, and they'd threaten me. They'd make comments and making threats to me. I got it all still. Some guy named it. So I wrote up this thing that they referred to. But why did I do that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because it appeared that changed, but I wasn't sure. I was going to find out, how would I do that? Well, at the time, I was truly working or attempting customs, and that was his screen name. And I was truly going to do a short story, and I really was. And they know I were. So what did I do? I wrote up a fictitious story within a story. It's all fictitious. Put just enough information in there that if you're really smart and you have the information, and you really had the information, you'd respond. Because it got so badly that Chang is going to respond. If he's got the information, he's definitely going to respond now. And he didn't respond. But who did? Sweater Boy. That's right, Mr. Hampton. In detail. Oh, that was bad, because now he just told me that you're the guy. Now I'm focusing on you. And I'll tell you what, before you knew it, that dude was identified to an inch. Everything about that dude was identified by me, not by anyone else, by me. Sure was. Right down to his cubicle of where he worked. I had a male friend out of Washington State make a call to his cubicle and say, "Hey, buddy, how you doing, princess? Monty wants to talk to you, so you need to unblock him." Talking to me all of a sudden about 5 o'clock. "Oh, Mr. Hampton, isn't that magic how that works?" "Oh, you're not supposed to be calling me at work." "I didn't call you at work." "Well, you had somebody call not only do I know who you are, I know right where you work. And we're into a, how did you get my, you're sitting there calling me Roy in one of your videos, 2010. You have my sealed records. I know you do. Don't you sit there and lie to me, buddy, because I know better. Well, no, I was just a dude. Don't be playing games with me, bud. I'm gonna figure it out one way or another, and you know I will. I've already come this far. You keep going, dude. Keep going. Keep running that mouth of yours. So then it was pretty much, yeah, you know, time went on, and you know, then I'll sue him back. And then what'd he do? He dropped the first 5 digits of my social security number on the internet. He sure the hell did. And it was around Christmas time. Again. I like, listen here, buddy. You don't really pay for that now. So what happened next? I got on the phone. The vice president of security. Yep, sure did. And on and boy. Like, why is it? Listen, this works for Jackson National Life Insurance, a very prestigious insurance company. Why is it that your lead senior IT security analyst, why is he dropping my social security number on the internet? I just wonder if anybody could help me out. What are you talking about? Do you have any proof of this? Well, of course I do. Here's the video. Oh, we'll get back to you. You better get back to me. And then I'm calling him again, talking to another person. Why is your senior IT security analyst dropping my social security number with using his face and his voice to do it on YouTube? I just, wondering if you could help me out. Can you help me out? Do you know how good that's going to sound? When the press gets a hold of that and they start scratching their head, an insurance company is divulging a client's private information. You know what? I would doubt that anybody want to do business with you, buddy. Yeah. Anyway, now we're talking about, we're in the midst of 2011. All of your evidence. I can't wait to see it. Oh, yeah. Well, here's the funniest thing. March rolls around. It's going to be March of 2011. And guess who shuts their doors or announces they're going to shut their doors? I believe it was March 23rd of 2011. Elan is going to shut its doors on April 1st. True story. I wonder why. Well, because my video was being sent to everybody and all those people commenting on it. We put so much pressure on that place, they had no choice but to shut her down. And they sure did on April 1st of 2011. Matter of fact, there's a wiki on it right now if you'd like to. Damn proud of that one too. So, of course, we have April rolls around. It's 2011. And it was around, I want to say it was the first week of April. Chang 13A, who's Mr. Weeks out of the state of Maine, he just happened to be in some sort of, I think it was a live show on Blog TV or something like that. Or, maybe it was some sort of video or whatever with Dr. Descent, and they were kind of getting along. And I remember making a comment or doing a video saying, you know what, Chang's really not that bad of a guy. He probably just needs, even though all the other trolls were picking on Chang for whatever reason. But did I pick? Oh, you're damn right. He attacked me. I attacked him back. Of course I did. Of course I absolutely. That's the way I am. So then things seemed like it was, getting better. So my plan was to what? Get friendly with Chang and find out where he got my information. Because I know damn good and well Mr. Hampton got that information. Yes, he did. Because he used his insurance company's status and clout to pull the professional courtesy card. Yes, he did all day long. Yeah, he did. If you're under investigation by a insurance company for whatever reason, they can get every drop of information on you, just smoking time. If it's fraud related, he could have called anybody and said, hey, we're doing an investigation. We're Jackson. Ooh, we're subpoenas or anything that garbage. You can sit there and say, oh, that'd be breaking the law. Really? Look at all these criminals right now in our country breaking the law. Do you think they give a flying nothing? All these somebodies pull this crap all the time. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Mm-hmm. So it appeared that things were going, at least between Chang and I, at least the first week of April, things were going okay. They were going okay. They were getting better. I was still doing my comedy and whatever I do. I wasn't trying to focus too much on this crap. All right. And if I was trying to identify people, all the people that were harassed me around Christmas time 2010 and leading up into 2011. But what happened the last few days of Chang's death, he was being attacked by the Smiley gang. Yes, he was, relentlessly. Yep. Tons of people coming after. I don't even know why. Yep. And there was a guy by the name of Dean Roger Ray out of the state of Canada. He was on him. They were fighting back and forth. And 2 days before Chang was taken out, but not to lunch, Dean Roger Ray left him a pretty horrible comment saying that, oh, I know who you are now. I know right where you are. I'm going to come and do this. I'm going to come and do all these naughty little threats. And then what happened next? It was probably about, let's see, I wanted to say it was going to be, the 24th that would have happened. That comment was made by Dean Roger Ray on the 24th of April, in which 2 days later, he was gone. Now, who dropped the docs of Mr. Weeks? That would be Mr. Hampton. It sure would have been. It wasn't Mr. Dean Roger Ray out of Canada. No, it was the attorney who is now an attorney out of the state of Tennessee. He got his license in Michigan, Mr. Hampton. He is a cybersecurity expert right this second. He's the one that dropped Mr. Chang 13A's docs. Yeah, he is. And he gave it to some of the nastiest trolls on the world, on the planet. Why would he do that? Well, I'll tell you why he'd do that. Chang 13A and Mr. Hampton were bosom buddies. They were inseparable. They were exchanging emails back and forth, real partners. And information was shared with Chang. Not only Chang, but the Bubba effect. True story. Not only the Bubba effect, Mr. McCune as well. Not only Mr. McCune, but others. But predominantly that little circle right there. Because Mr. McCune was sending me he's sending me threats every other comment. I was like, well, do something, dude. What are you waiting for? If you're in Missouri, you can be here in no time. Why aren't you here? Do something. Silence. But every couple of days, it, make some sort of silly ass threat. And meanwhile, I'm copying all of them. They're going on my servers. See how that works? Yeah, that's how that works. So on the 26th of April, 2011, Agent 19 took out Chang 13A. What? Yeah, Agent 19. That would be him. Agent 19 murdered Chang 13A, and come tomorrow, I'm going to file a formal criminal inquiry with the Maine State Police. You just can't imagine the evidence I have. Laugh all you want. Keep laughing. You ain't going to be laughing soon. No, you're not. Let's go ahead and continue. So, after that, everybody's crying and big boo-hoo and whining's effects and all these, this crying's going on. It's all hogwash. At least from, certainly, here, let me go ahead and read Agent 19's exact quote while he was talking to Mr. Dark Zodiac 101 and Forrest. Quote, Chang 13A got what he deserved, as will you, talking to Zodiac and Forrest, end quote. Well, I thought that this guy was so friendly. I know he's not. I thought that Agent 19 stated that he didn't know Chang 13A. He had no idea. That was before his time. Even though 8 months prior, there's comments between, variable assault X and Chang 13A. Oops. You're not a good liar, buddy. You're not a good liar. And the metadata will reflect that there, mass boy. Or let's say Series 7, if you get my meaning. And you know exactly what I just said. Yep. Yeah. So anyway, during this whole menagerie of this big cluster, whatever, there was a woman out of the Carolinas. She went by GAM, Great American Mom. That's what GAM stood for. Okay. I actually talked to her on the phone. I talked to her husband. Her husband was very nice, in my opinion. He was a professor at a college with tenure, I do believe. Okay. These trolls at a certain point in time, they were attacking her. Did myself and GAM get into it? Of course we did. Yes, we did. Did we patch it up? At one time, yes, we did that too. Okay. Mr. Hampton, if I'm lying, I'm dying, sent her a letter using his no answer to that. Chang 13A was the weakest link. Mr. McCune was out of the state of Missouri. Mr. Chang 13 Idaho. And Mr. Hampton was out of Michigan. You got that? To secure those sealed records was a felony. It sure was. That's a crime. No, we're not talking. When he shared that information, he would have had to do it digitally. Those files, when you're talking about digital files, once on the net, always on the net, you can't get rid of it. If those files were transferred from the Bubba effect to GAM, then guess what? Those files can be traced back to the originator. Mr. Hampton knew that. Yes, he did. This is why he panicked and sent a cryonic councilless type letter that looked like an adolescent wrote it and sent it to GAM for her to pony up her own computer to him. He panicked because he was terrified that the Bubba effect gave those files to GAM. But he didn't. No, he didn't. Because GAM and the Bubba effect were starting to become friendly. He was terrified. True story. So what I'm just trying to say to ladies and gentlemen is that Series 7, let's call Agent 19 Series 7. And you know what I just said, don't you? Of course you do. Series 7 over there is bosom buddies with Mr. Hampton. Mr. Hampton put out, try to check this out, 4 months after Chang's death, put a video up on YouTube on August 9th of 2011, sending his little assassin, Agent 19, a message. Agent 19 got that message. Yes, he did. Loud and clear. Didn't you, Series 7? You sure did, buddy boy. Yep. Agent 19 and I hooked up back in the day. And all of this back and forth, and we're identifying this and we're identifying that one and this one and that one and that one. And yeah, he's showing you all of his metal protectors. He's such a badass. He's so wonderful. Oh, he has, he didn't know, even though he's on record communicating with Chang 13 eight months before his death. How could you not know? Because Series 7 is a liar. Yes, he is a big liar. His lies are so huge they're not even funny. Mr. Agent 19 also told me he didn't trust Kim Picasso. And I said, well, why not? He goes, have you seen the videos that Timmy has put up? I'm like, yeah, so what? She was defending herself. She was being attacked by one of the worst of the worst. How is she not trustful? She can't be trusted. Something about it, I can't trust her. Meanwhile, what do you think's going on right now? He's trying to come to her aid because of who? Mr. Homestead? But I thought you didn't trust her. Well, which is it, Agent 19? You trust her or you don't trust her? So now, let's see. Let's see if I got this right. Every opportunity that I've ever had, I always bring up Mr. Hampton. Every chance I get. He's guilty of what he's guilty of. I'll never forget it. And neither will he, because I'm not going to let him forget it. And what's even more fascinating, ladies and gentlemen, is in 2013, actually it happened 3 times, once in 2013, once in 2015, once in 2017, Agent 19 said out of his own mouth, he says, Monty, why don't you just, if these trolls are bugging you about your sealed record, why don't you just tell them? I'm like, it's not their business, and I won't tell nobody. Why would I tell them? Tell them for what? It's not their business, no matter what you say. And I just found it odd. Why would he say that? I'll tell you why he'd say that. Because if I relinquished my own information that way, publicly, in a video, guess who has just been exonerated? That'd be Mr. Hampton. That's why I'd never do it. Oops. You mad, bro? Your little operation didn't work. Saturday night, the night before, or it may have been Friday, but it was a day or two before this whole blowout with Series 7. What happened there? Who was I talking about? Mr. Hampton yet again, except on the Monograph channel with 1,100 viewers to be exact. True story. The very next day, who comes raising hell in my room? No, Agent 19. I'm like, dude. And for the people that witnessed it, in my defense, I'm right. I was very congenial. I was like, Bud, what are you doing? You're provoking these people. You're attacking them. And when they're trying to fight back, you're kicking them out of the room. Don't be doing that. That's just wrong. If you're going to get in an argument, why should you be kicking them out when they're trying to fight back? Right? Oh, take my man's away. Take my man. You've done that to me 4 times, dude, recently. 4 times in the last 2 months. It's as you're instigating me. Right? Take my man. Take my man. So I did. When you started kicking out more people for no reason. Did I call you sis? Yeah, I sure did. I sure did. Be mad all you want. Cry. Keep crying. And then what? You blow a gasket. Did you blow a gasket because you're so hurt? No, you didn't blow a gasket because you're so hurt. You blew a gasket and burped out all this information, and some of it is just so outlandishly BS. You're such a liar, Agent. You should be ashamed of yourself. A lot of the stuff you're even saying is absolute and utter hogwash, and you know it. It sure is hogwash, and you do know it. And this part is my opinion, because I don't have absolute, irrefutable evidence on this part. It is my opinion that Mr. Hampton is sick and tired of hearing his name burped out on my channels, especially the Monograph channel, with 1,100 people listening to my words on how this attorney slash senior IT security analyst for a multi-billion-dollar insurance company is being naughty on the internet. He's sick of hearing it. And chances are he told you, just like he gave you that little message on August 9th of 2011, 4 months after Chang's death, he gave you a little message, and I've seen it, and so have you. See how that works? What was that message about? It was about assassins. Ooh, man, I tell you what, I'm going to have so much fun with state police. You think I'm bluffing? I ain't bluffing. You are going to be on record all day long. Yes, you are, buddy. You killed Chang 13A on the behalf of Mr. Hampton. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, all day long. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and revert back. Let's go ahead and continue on, because only the trolls that are deep in this garbage are going to know exactly how this operation worked. Yeah. You're not from Kentucky, Series 7. No, you're not. I bet your jaw's hitting the floor about right now, isn't it? You see, Agent 19 here, he's got connections with the police. He sure does. Yep. Everyone will also remember that back in 2015, there was a concerted effort to accuse me of something even more disgusting. No, too garbage. 7 police officers were identified over that one by me, not by you, Agent, by me. The police captain of the Sedgwick Police Department. That'd be Mr. Russell. Mr. Mitz, the state of Missouri. Miss Cop was in there, but she wasn't, even though I had her, I didn't drop him. She's the wife of. Right? That other clown out of Washington State who was the helicopter pilot. The other one out of Charles, DHS, he was involved in that garbage down Louisiana. We got all of them. You didn't get them. I got them. Why not? Why were police officers involved in that mess? It's disgusting. Accuse me of that happy nonsense. And what was the whole operation behind that? Because you thought I was going to throw up my hands because it was so disgusting. And you probably thought that I was either going to take a Peter Pan or leave the web. Fail. Didn't work. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It failed again. Yep. Because it was my smarts on figuring out who's doing what, when, and how. And proving digitally the whole thing is garbage. Contacting Barnes & Noble. Contacting what was being shown to be in all the little clues that are being left there. Kenny Capizzi was deeply involved in that garbage. And we actually received what we needed to receive from Kenny Capizzi in a comment that he made that I have a screen cap of still. Yeah. Fail. 2017, you mentioned it to me again, Agent. You're like, listen, dude, when these trolls get on you about that and they're accusing you of this lawn stuff here and lawn, then that's why and this way, and you know, the whole 222, oh, he went to your lawn because no, I didn't. You're wrong. Self-defense, buddy. You're sitting there running your mouth. Hey, Money, just, you know, go ahead and spill it, dude. Why would you do that? When you told me that your full name was Christopher Doyle Bennett is what you told me. I knew you're full of it. You know why I knew you're full of it? Because first of all, you said you were married and you had 2 children. No, you don't. No, you don't. Let me tell you something about women. Women are possessive, whether you like it or not. If you're married and you have 2 little ones with you, you ain't going to be on the internet. You'll be lucky if you can squeeze in 20 minutes on the internet, pal, when you're married, because women are possessive. Yes, they are, all day long. Can you imagine how hypocritical you would be if you are working all day, Series 7, you're working all day, and then you come home, you get on the internet, and you're going to be there for 6 and 8 hours at a clip? No, you're not. No, you're not. Wrong. Because your wife isn't going to let you do that. And neither would your kids, buddy. That's how I knew you're a liar. I just strung you along, dude. You think you're stringing me. No, you're not. You think you are. Mr. Rice out of the state of Georgia. Okay. Well, his girlfriend at the time was having a problem, was having an issue with the school board. She needed some help. She was a friend of mine. See, I don't know if you know what a true friend is there, Agent 19. She's actually a very good friend of mine behind the scenes. That was Mr. Rice's girlfriend in real life. She had a little bump in her road. I told her, I said, watch this video go viral. I'm gonna give you a little nudge. She goes, what do you mean? I said, I got contacts in the press. She goes, nah. I'm like, watch. Well, I pick up the phone and like lightning, her video's going viral. Oh, you know what? It's the darndest thing. She's got the principal, and it's all over the news in her local area. The video started to go viral. Her school board is flipping out, kissing her ass, trying to rectify it suddenly. Well, Mr. Rice never forgot that because I helped out his sweetheart. Sure did. But you see, Mr. Rice also told me with his own face, his own voice, he goes, wait a minute. Do you really believe that Chang 13A would just off himself? No, he wouldn't. Dude, he would never do that. He's not that guy. I'm like, what do you mean? This is Mr. Rice saying this now. Like, what are you talking about? He goes, there's no way, bud. Look at how much fun that is having, making his little graphics and pretending like he was a hacker and laughing and carrying on and telling his stories. And he goes, that dude never do that. I'm like, well, what's your point? He goes, who would be better off if he was gone? I'm like, I don't know. Who? He goes, Rodney. I'm like, how do you think? How do you figure? He goes, think about it. He would have the most to lose because if Chang 13A shared the actual documentation with you, knowing your background, Monty, as far as you have your own servers, you have your own websites, you know how to pull information from other places your damn self, or you know people who do. Can you imagine? Mr. Hampton would not only be disbarred as being an attorney, he would be fired. You'd file a lawsuit against Jackson National Life Insurance and win. His name would be raked through the mud. And then all the other people involved may be in the same boat or go to jail. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's crazy, but that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. So what happens next? Well, because, Mr. Hampton's, he doesn't have the nads enough to do anything to me, buddy. No, he doesn't. Not himself. Nope. So who does he call? Who does he call to take care of a problem out of the state of Maine? You got to remember, I called them twice. The first day I called them, they said the incident was under investigation. Yes, they did. There was other people calling at the same time. The second time I called, they would not give me his name, but I tell you what they did do. I gave them the address myself. And they said, yes, there was a suicide at that address, but they wouldn't give me the name. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there was a murder at that address. I sure do. And who's the church man? That'd be Series 7 over there. And I tell you what, the state police they're going to get an earful, and I'm going to write up a big old affidavit and sign my name to it. Well, you can be arrested for filing an erroneous report. Well, investigate it, buddy, because I can back up every word I'm saying with history, buddy. And here's a wonderful thing. The Albert Nussel account is still there. Isn't that cool? And so is the Bubba effect. That account's there too. Diggy, diggy. Even though YouTube themselves eliminated the email processing service back in, I believe it was 2018. I want to say July 7th of 2018. Pretty sure. Guess what? It's all still there because of the data retention treaties that they signed back in 2018, 2010, whatever years it was, where YouTube must maintain all data indefinitely or for 3 years or whatever the hell it is. But those accounts are still active, which means they can be gotten into. And here's the wonderful thing is state police, they just wave their hand. They have information that quick. Yeah, they don't need to sit there and write letters to YouTube. They call them up on the phone because the press has the information and so do the law enforcement. They have the information, call them. Or they pull what is called subpoena compliance. See how that works? You can sit there and laugh at me all you want there, Series 7. I don't care what you do. The fact of the matter is you are a liar, and you are a liar. You certainly are. You're sitting there wanting people to feel sorry that, oh, you felt so sorry for Chang. And the fact of the matter, what you're doing now is you're trying to set it up the same exact way that you clowns pulled this off with Chang. But you can't do it with me because I'm stronger than all you clowns put together. Yes, I am. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy only the strongest survive. I'd never do that to me. Me and me are great friends. We'd never do that, ever. Nope. So laugh all you want, bud. Because I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter if they investigate or not. I'm going to use my voice. And if you doubt it, hit the Maine State Patrol, or I'll call his jurisdiction up, talk to a detective, and pull a FOIA on that phone call. Go ahead. Go ahead. You think I bluff. I don't bluff, dude. Nope. Mr. Hampton would have everything to lose for that dude being alive. Yeah, he would. And seeing that Agent 19, he's bosom buddies with sheriffs. Bosom buddies. Yep. Shame on you, dude. And now you're trying to paint some sort of ridiculous picture. You're trying to damage me psychologically by all your BS lies. Garbage. It's not a word, dude. Sorry. Nope. Shame on you. What is your employment going to say, buddy? What are your colleagues going to say when they know that you're involved in this mess? It's not going to be funny. You want to bet that will have a far-reaching financial effect on your life for the rest of your life, knowing that you've been involved in this mess. Yeah, you have been. And you're on video with your face and your voice. You can play these ski mask games all you want, but your face and your voice is on video running your mouth about all kinds of crazy crap that you had no business to. These people weren't attacking you specifically. You were just chiming in, being a little smarty pants. Just like you blew all of this out of proportion because of the word sis. What? No. This is how I know you're full of it. So here's a really nifty part. If anything were to happen to me, anything, a break a toenail, something like that, this video right here, how many people are in here? 112 people heard my words. Oops. Imagine that. Yeah. Imagine that. Listen, dude, you threaten people online with your guns. You sure are. A grown man, Series 7. You're threatening me with your dead boar on the table there. Oh, really? That'll be in the report, too. Actually, I'll call your jurisdiction over that one. You're threatening me with guns. Why are you doing that, Agent 19? Shame on you. I ain't Chang 13A. You want to bet that? I got my own. Freddie, you or nobody else. No, I ain't. You mad, Pry? You're not making sense. half the stuff coming out of your mouth, you're saying, okay, listen, I'm not going to talk about this guy no more. Talk about me again. Well, how do I know this? Because I see the videos the next day. Oh, no, I'm done. People are telling me, well, okay, well, he's not going to. And what happens? You put them in their lives, they talk about me again. Then you talk about, dude, you're infatuated with me, hotshot. You tried to run an operation on me and you failed on the behalf of Mr. Hampton. Yes, you did. And you failed. Still here, buddy. Still here. Not distraught. Got all my P's and Q's all lined up. I know exactly what I want to tell them. Yeah, dude. Here's a good thing. Oh, this is the great part. Here's the great part. This is the great part. There's a statute of limitation with certain crimes. Murder is not one of them. And chances are the head honcho in his jurisdiction, of Mr. Weeks's jurisdiction, is not going to be there. It's not going to be the same one. Chances are the detectives aren't going to be the same ones of, let's say, 10 years ago or 9 years ago. Chances are. Maybe they will be. But either way, they're going to get a full statement from me on this matter because you killed Chang 13A. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, dude. You went over there and put a cap in him. So that way, Mr. Hampton would not lose all his little goodies, all his little toys in life, his house, and, his profession. You do remember that he was running for a Democratic position in the state of Michigan. You are aware that the Jackson National donated $403 to his campaign outside of his employment, which means there's some sort of direct correlation between those two fellas, between the company and Mr. Hampton himself off duty. See how that works? When I pointed that out to the vice president of security for Jackson, he got so quiet because he kept saying, well, what Mr. Hampton does in his private time, we have nothing to do with that. I'm like, yes, you do. He's like, well, how do you figure? Like, well, Jackson National Life Insurance donated $403 to his Democratic campaign. No, we didn't. Well, here it is right here. Oh, see how that works? That's how that works. Well, I tell you what. So, murder does not have statute of limitations. They can crack open that case. Yep. Now, whether or not they will or not, I don't know. I have no idea. But guess what? It's going to be on file. I'm going to have them send me an entire form on my service. I'm going to fill it all out. I'm going to send it right back. Sign my name to it. Sure will. I don't care, dude. You should be ashamed of yourself. Horrible. Horrible, horrible thing. And now you're trying to set it up the same way for me? That's not going to work. No, it's not. You send anybody over, they better be a pro. They better be a pro because I'm going to respond. I might respond first. Shame on you, Series 7. Wow. Wait until your colleagues get a load of that. Holy smokes. You got all these people back in the day, and I got a copy of this, where all these guys are conspiring to obtain my sealed records. But all these people that were conspiring to obtain my sealed records were too late to the party because Mr. Hampton already did that. Yeah, he did. Several days after the Elon video dropped. He sure did. How dare, listen, let me just tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you do in all your life, if you come across a cybersecurity expert, if you come across an attorney, never, and I mean never, make fun of their sweater because they lose their junk. I mean, I don't know if it's as bad as stating that someone's a sissy, but it's pretty bad. If they'll be digging around in everything, every part of your life, you make fun of their sweater. Okay? Yeah. Oh, I'm going to read some of these comments here. See what kind of fun we're having. All right. There's mighty good food in my room. Thank you. I'll see what else we got here. You want to know the truth? Let's see what else we did. Hops here, okay. Everything looks okay. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Let me give you some advice to all these people that might be listening to this. Never give up. These people try to push you around, try to besmirch your character, try to destroy you or whatever, whatever they think destroy is. Never give up. Don't let people push you around. I ain't gonna let nobody push me around, and I'm still not letting them push me around. What are you gonna do? Nothing. I'm gonna do jack shit about it. I hope it was worth it, guys. Wow. Enjoy your fame, pal. Yep. So if they call you up or if they come and question you about it, be ready. Be ready. What's that? Yeah, that's exactly what would happen, Jolly. Jolly Dungeon. In mass, listening to so anyway, that's pretty much a big ball of wax there. And it's pretty sad that Series 7 over there continues to threaten people with his firearms. Shame on you, dude. Shame, shame, shame. It's very naughty. So I think maybe you'll probably get 2 calls. You'll probably get 2 visits. Well, 1 visit, 1 call. Maybe you'll get a visit in your own jurisdiction on why it is you're threatening people on the internet with your firearms. Putting dead boars on your kitchen table with people's names on it. Maybe you can explain it to them. Hey, Terry, how you doing? What's going on, Buffoon? Well, here's the thing. Those people, listen, I don't want anybody to feel like you got to take sides because it's just not like that. The fact of the matter is, a lot of the information coming out of that man's mouth is absolutely not a garbage. Yeah, it is, and he knows it is. But the thing is, buddy, I'm strong. I'm a strong man. These dudes never thought in a million years that some little nobody be standing up all these clowns. They never dreamt in a million years that ever happened. No, they didn't. Because back in 2010, you're telling me if you don't close your channel and just leave and never say anything again, then well, we're gonna keep on you. Meanwhile, I'm just defending myself from these attacks. Okay? I don't care what you're going to do. And all of it's on my servers. And you know what's even funny? Here, check this out. I told Agent 19 the whole way, when I get enough evidence, I'm going to start slinging paper. I don't give a flying nothing. Because guess what? Statute of limitation is 7 years. A lot of the crap that these people did was felonies. Yes, it was. And I had every record of it on my personal servers. So what did Mr. Hampton do? Well, he thought it'd be funny to be digging around in private servers and delete the information. Mr. Hampton, you failed miserably. Sorry, listen, we've been in business a long time. We have offsite servers. Oops, we still have all of it. You suck, dude. You're horrible at this. Which I had to request not even a couple of months ago. I have it all still. Because, ladies and gentlemen, back in 2000 and I believe it was 17, I was actually talking to Agent 19. I was like, listen, I got to hurry up. I got to hurry up here. Because by December 23rd of 2018, I've got to have something to file lawsuits against these clowns because I got enough information to burn them. Yeah, I do. I got enough information. Now I can go after them. All of them have been identified. I know where all of them are. I got all of their names, everything on them. I can have them all served. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start filing lawsuits. Sure did. And then magically, when I go to get all that information creeping up on that time, it just disappears off my servers. I'm like, that's impossible. I called up my the main guy there and said, hey, what's going on? I don't know. What's going on? I said, see if somebody went for a dive in one of the servers. He goes, oh, honey, don't worry about it. We have off-site servers, remember? We do. Can you go check? Yeah, here they are right here. Gave them all back to me. Isn't that neat? Sure is neat. See how that works? I thought you guys were all that. Apparently not. Still there. Agent 19, why did you have to murder Chang? He was defenseless. Shame on you, dude. That was rotten. That was very, very naughty. Very naughty. Well, because you know these police officers and Mr. Hampton knows police. Who cares, dude? You think you're all that? You're not all that. Let me see if I got it right. Hampton blows a gasket because to make fun of his sweater. All right? And you blow a gasket because of Coises. Yeah, you do know each other. Yeah, that's a fact. You're stunned. Yeah. Yeah. Shame on you, Agent 19. And now, for the people that has witnessed this, Agent 19 is threatening me with his guns. Yes, he is. Okay, all right. You're going to be on 2. Matter of fact, I'm going to call somebody in your jurisdiction. Sure am. I'm going to call and put it on record. You're making threats of people with your firearms. Which you are. It's not an erroneous police report. That's real. Got every record of it. What's going on here? You're so funny. Dream 77. That's funny. Yeah, it's very disturbing. That's what these people are about. They're about power and crap. But listen, when you're the size of Series 7 over there, the guy is the size of a freaking leaf. You'd blow him over. He can't compete with men. No way. That's why he's got to run around with a firearm all day. Yeah, because he can't compete. God forbid if he walked up on somebody, gave him a ration of something, he might get a pork chop sandwich, and he can't compete with that. No, he can't, because he doesn't know anything about it. Because when you're spoiled in life and everything is essentially just handed to you, right? Huh. What happens next? No. Exactly. That's all right. That's all right. So anyway, I'm just letting the people know that that's the case. That's the score. And this entire ruse was Agent 19 and Mr. Hampton, who right this second is in the state of Tennessee, and he's working for Cybersecurity Command. Not in the United States. He works for, I do believe, Werewolf right now. Yep. He's in IT as cybersecurity. He's also an attorney right now. And the craziest thing is, half of his business, what he does for attorney, is covering privacy out of all things. Even though he dropped, the first 5 digits of my social security number on the internet back in 2011. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be good at that because he knows all about violating people's privacy. Of course he does. And then he deals in cyber crimes too. Oh, imagine that. Wow. What a hypocrite. He should have known better when he hired Juliet Strauss, a private investigator, called me on my phone, hit me with a reverse 911. It should have been an indicator that you're not messing around with just a dummy. She should have checked her notes. She was identified quickly behind that one. That was just, I swear. So anyway, these guys are always trying to keep me in check. They can't keep me in check. I'm unpredictable. They don't know what I'm going to do next. No, they don't. Nope. They don't know. You're going to find out. You sure are. It's not going to be what you think. Sorry. So anyway, you guys have tons of fun. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to publish this thing. I sure am. I'm going to publish this video because the very people, Mr. Series 7, like Kim Bocasio, need to know that you don't trust her. She needs to know that. So why you're playing these two-faced games, I don't know. I personally, myself, I do trust Miss Kim Bocasio. I trust her. Why wouldn't you, Agent 19? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Very shameful, dude. Very shameful. Yep. Very shameful. So in other words, what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, all these operations against me specifically and personally, especially the 222 game, where all those police officers were involved. Yeah. And here's the thing. Mr. Hampton was monitoring that mess. Yes, he was. The situation with Medicare and Drummer, Mr. Hampton was monitoring that one too. Yes, he was. We have every record of it. Yes, we are. And Mr. Hampton is monitoring this one as well. So the whole step of the way, they've tried their best with the worst of the worst to knock me offline and get me to go away, but I haven't. And they're furious. They're getting angry and angry. And now, Series 7 over there thought because the night before, or excuse me, a couple of videos before, because I think I did 2 one night and they both went on private because of being naughty. Like I said, was burping out Mr. Hampton's name with 1,100 people in my room. He about sick of that. Yep. That's why Agent 19 pulled the plug. Nice try. It's not going to work. None of your garbage is going to work. None of it's going to work. This nonsense about, oh, money was infatuated. You better get a grip on yourself, son. Okay? You just get a grip on yourself. Keep dreaming. Okay? I'm not the a little feather that blows around the wind like you, buddy. There's no way. I'm a man. I don't know what you are, but I don't have those problems. Okay, there, buddy boy. Matter of fact, in the 9 years I've known you, I have never heard you once say that, oh man, I took the wife, on Valentine's, or I took out a romance. Not once. Not once. Nope. Not once. Well, why not? Well, we know why. And you know why. That's why you got infuriated. Listen, do me a favor, Series 7. Just go get back in the closet, right where you belong. Hurry up. Unbelievable. What is that? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Cybercamp. Long time no see, by the way. Yeah, pure narcissism. Saying, oh, UK troll, do you think money was infatuated? What? You out of your mind, boy. Let me see if I get this straight. Somebody is going to be infatuated with a dude in a ski mask that doesn't have the nads enough to show his own face. No, I don't think so, pal. Huh, I don't think so. Wrong. Keep fantasizing. That'll never happen. You know an alpha male when you see one. Yeah, you do. Matter of fact, somebody asked you the other day if you're a beta, and you're like, I'm not beta, I'm not alpha, I'm this. I'm a switcher sweet. What? He was calling me what? You know what that is? Listen. The poor fella cannot take a joke. No, he can't. He can't take a joke. Listen, if you're going to try to repeat the things I've said, this is what I said. I said, you know what? You go into a bar, if you're of that persuasion, you go into a bar, and guess what? You double your chances. You can't take a joke. If you're going to repeat what I said, get it right. That's funny. Yes, it is. If you go into a bar, you can double your chances. This is a joke, dude. Settle down. Unbelievable. Roz, what? Roz always monitoring this sort of thing. He sure is. Mr. Hampton's always monitoring these sorts of things, and he's been doing it for years and years and years and years and years, and he's going to continue to do it for years and years and years. Unless, of course, they can prove somehow, some way that Mr. Agent 19, in fact, did murder Chain 13A. And I'm going to give him everything I got. Sure am. Maybe they'll have a little chat with Series 7 over there. What is that? He knew in what? Goods were dropped. Raw gaze is what? Eternal? Are you kidding me? Wow, that's fantastic. Go sit in the internet corner for life. Off you go. How's that? Who's next? What is that? Monograph? I was one of the millions of unfortunate veterans that received a letter from the government a few years ago that my VA files were accidentally shared to the outside world. What? Holy smokes. That's not funny. Yeah, that's not good at all. Okay, Mighty Buffoon, Agent 19 is projecting the fantasy. But the truth is, Agent 19 is the one who has always had a pocket full of nickels in his pocket for money. Exactly. And that nonsense, something about, he came to my rescue. Forrest and Dark Zodiacs, they accused me of this nasty nonsense. And I felt it was my duty to, basically pay the debt. Well, if that was the case, then the first time that you stuck up for me, why didn't you just go like this? Debt paid, bye. You didn't do that. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't do that. Because there was many a times there that Agent 19, many a times, where he goes, I live for this shit. That's what he used to say. And I tell you what, the one that, in my opinion, was the worst was James Dell. And you know what? I'm gonna say it like this. Did I go out to James Dell? Yeah, I did. However, in my defense, I really did apologize to that dude. I really do mean that I was sorry. And I did say that we went overboard. We, meaning Agent 19 myself, went overboard on that man. I believe we went overboard. I did apologize. I hadn't gone after him since, as far as I'm aware. I've maybe responded to him if he attacks me again, but I don't, you know what I mean? Agent 19 went overboard on that dude. I told him, Bud, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? I'd come in, I'd be like, I'd run the monograph name, and there'd be 15 videos up of James Dow. I'm like, what are you doing? Did you read what was said tonight? I'm like, what did he say? What was so horrible that you got 15 videos up of the guy? Oh my God, he said, hello, everyone. He's calling me like, homo. He's calling me. I'm like, so what? Big deal. Oh, I got to get him. He's going to pay for that. I mean, it was overboard, buddy. Because James Dow was insinuating or saying straight up that, Agent 19 was a puffer. Let's just put it that way. True story. And man, you talk about lose control. And then I'd come home the next day off work, because I do have a job, regardless of what you guys think. I'd come home from work and I'd search my name. What's up there? 15 James Dow videos again. I'm like, Bud, what? Man, knock it off. Stop it. What's a big deal? Oh, and this went on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Listen, I'm not going to sit there and say I'm sorry for any video I ever did against James D, because I'm responding to his BS. If you didn't like it, tough. That was that at the time. But what I'm trying to say is, usually the way it works is somebody would attack me or attack him or attack both or something. They'd come after us and we'd come right back, depending on their fraction. Yep, there you go. Here, who you are, where you are. This is where you work. We call them on. Depending on how bad it would be dependent on our response. If these dudes were hitting with like threats, oh yeah, we're calling your work for sure. Yeah, we will. If you're hitting us with, oh, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna rip I'm gonna tear you. Really? Your wife's getting a phone call. I'm gonna call her up my damn self. I ain't afraid to call nobody. And just let her know what you're doing. Oh, my wife has not. Tough. You're threatening to do harm to me. And I'm supposed to just look away because it's the internet. Screw you, pal. So it really depends on who was doing what when. But as far as James D goes, no. Agent went overboard on that dude. And he did. I mean, overboard. In other words, he blew a gasket. Because it was insinuating that he was of the puffer persuasion. And that's what it was over. So why is it that all these occasions where somebody's either insinuating that Agent 19 is a puffer and it ain't a fish? Okay? Why is he flipping out? Get back in the closet there, Agent. Get back in the closet. So don't be telling me about, he had an infatuation with a guy in a mask. No, dude. Dude. You know what? You ever hear that band called Gordon Lightfoot? You're the Lightfoot part of it. Okay? Truly. You're like a pine needle. Who would be intimidated by you? Nobody. That's why you constantly got to have your, ooh, matter of fact, you're going to meet at high noon. Yeah, let's do 1, 2, 3. And you know what? You'd have your Smith and Wesson, and I'd have a blow dryer, and I just, you know, yep, that's it. That's it. That's it. It's really not funny. It's not funny that you murdered Chain 13A. It's not funny. It's not funny that you lied all these years. And it's not funny that you ran constant operations with Mr. Hampton, the cybersecurity analyst slash attorney, and constantly. Shame on you, dude. Shame on you. This is not a game. This is not a joke. I'm filing those damn formal criminal inquiry tomorrow. Yes, I am, for murder. Yep. Ask me if I bluff. There is no statute of limitations on murder, dude. None. Nope. Shame on you. Yep. I don't care what he's doing. I don't care if he's. I could give a flying nothing. I'm doing my own thing, obviously. Sure am. Yep. He can do anything he wants. He ain't budging me from doing jack nothing. He can keep crying and listen. It's very apparent he's in love. What's today? What is today's date? Is today? Hell, it's Monday already. And I think I called him a sissy last Sunday. And this guy is still talking about the king after 7 days. Wow. That's power right there, buddy. That is power. That means I must have had some real impression on that dude. He must be in love. I think so. He must be in love. I mean, think about it. What man is going to sit around for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours talking about little old me? For what? For what? That's somebody that has got the hots of something's going on. You know what? He's probably having some sort of remorse. Probably. I can't speak for him. I can't speak for him. But you ain't controlling me. I'll tell you that right now. And you sure the hell ain't scaring me. Anything that you have to say is not scaring me. If a lot of these, I've seen some of these old school trolls, and they're going, man, you're just full of it. What you're saying doesn't even make sense. Sure doesn't. My situation was 100% self-defense. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And you're rambling your mouth. Well, he said this. Dude, stop running your hole. Provide the evidence. You talk about fact checking. Provide the paperwork. Where's that? Is there a government website that we can all go to go see this? Is there some sort of paperwork? Is there a news article anywhere on the planet? You're not making protector right now. You're not making sense. There's no way. If somebody buffering. All right, it was buffering there for a second. There is no way on the planet. There's no way on the planet that somebody would pull something like that off and would be handed a Chucky. There's no way. There's no way, buddy. No way. How would that? Oh, well, because that would, dude. You can tell me this adolescent crap all you want, but we're talking. That's a major event. That definitely would be helicopters and news reporters. You get my sure would be. So how could you go from there to later having a firearm? How would that be possible? No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. Because it'd be such a big deal. There's no way. They would say, wait a minute, this guy's nuts. Not only is he nuts, according to you, that's a big deal. That's not like, an accident. So why would they give a dude, a crazy person, or at least that had some sort of crazy history in the past, why would they hand over to him weapons? Just curious. You're not making sense, buddy. Listen, if you're going to lie about me, at least, get it right. You're just not making sense. A lot of people can accuse you of anything they want. They sure can. How do you know what to look for unless you know what you're being accused of? How would you know? You wouldn't know. I could tell you anything I want to know. I could tell you everything I wanted to. I tell you that the grass is blue and the sky is green. Right? You don't know the absolute facts. Here's the thing. Here's the difference between your ridiculous information and mine. I got things in writing. I got things on digital evidence. Your old channels, pal. Sure do. Your comments, Agent 19. Evidence from your channels. Digital evidence. Digital evidence from Mr. Hampton's correspondence between him and I. Sure do. You can laugh all you want. It's not funny. The whole thing here is protecting Mr. Hampton from having his business destroyed, losing his bar license. He had a lot to lose, buddy. Tons. And you know it. And he knows it too. Yep. You'll see. You'll see. Yep. That's it, man. Shame on you. All over a name. Exactly. You blow it out. You make a mountain out of a molehill. Wah. Keep crying, dude. Keep crying. The thing is, I follow through, and I'm damn well going to follow. Listen, you murdered Chang 13A. That's it. You murdered that man. For who, Mr. Hampton? Yes, you did. That was a hit. And he acknowledged that hit on August 9th, 2011, 4 months after Chang's death. Shame on you, dude. Shame on you. Try to give you a little message, wasn't he? Shame, shame, shame. Yep. Shame, shame, shame. Shame, shame, shame. Yep. Anyway, I got to go, ladies and gentlemen. How long has it been? It's been a minute and 35, 1 hour and 35 minutes. So here's the thing, Agent. The good thing about this, everything you say, everybody's recording everything you say. Everybody's ripping everything. For all you other people that want to be involved in this mess, well, keep involving yourself. I want you to. Please do. Please do. Can you imagine all of these people? Can you imagine all these people that would be involved with that worm? Can you imagine? Wow. Enjoy your fame, dude. Enjoy your fame. Look at all the people backpedaling from the Hallett thing. Hallett was taken out, but not to lunch. But they caught the person responsible quickly in another state. Chang 13A, Mr. William Weeks, was murdered in the state of Maine by Agent 19. He sure was. Why? Because it was a hit that was put out of him by Mr. Rodney Allen Hampton, an attorney and the senior IT cyber command. That's what he's doing right now. Sure is. Except this was back in 2011. Because Mr. Rodney Allen Hampton was terrified that Mr. William Weeks was going to share information with not only others, but myself. True story. Oh, well. Anyway, enjoy your fame later.